Yes, yes. What is up, everybody? Your boy E-Man from the Average Joe Sports Network coming at you with another edition of the Unscripted Sportscast, baby. Here we are. Another week. Wild card playoffs and the mother effing books. It was actually a unbelievable first round. One of the best I could remember wild card playoff rounds. Majority of the games came down to the wire. We had some upsets. I called a couple of them, and then some I failed miserably. I think apart from that game last night, every other game was pretty competitive. Starting with the Rams. Listen, I did not think the Rams were gonna struggle and actually have to come from behind to beat the Panthers. I mean, the game didn't start out that way. It was like 14-3. I'm like, all right, here we go, blowout city, just like I predicted. But man, bro, look, nice tries, Bryce Young. Bryce Young, I gotta give him credit. He's earned a shot in this league. Number one pick, horrible rookie season. Had a horrible start to the second season. Came out strong at the end of the second season. We are in the third season, starting to regress again, look like shit, and then boom, he lights it up. They win the division, under 500, but they still win the division. They have a division title. And he gave it his all in this game. He rushed for a touchdown, passed for another one, 264 passing yards. There's nothing else that he could have done, man. The running game was a little softer than the Rams. But dude, I mean, the future is bright. Tutorial McMillan is a stud in this league. 81 yards, rookie of the year contender for sure, right? You got to put him in the talks with Genty and Jackson Dart and whoever. I forget who else is out there. Even Cam Ward. But you just got to keep building around Bryce Young. Now, the Rams came back and pulled it off. They should. This is a game that they should never struggle with. But give him credit. Matthew Stafford, MVP, kind of season, is carrying it on to the playoffs. 24-42, not a great QBR or a completion percentage. But the man, again, 304 yards, 3 touchdowns and a pick. Kyron Williams, Blake Corum led the backfield, right? You had a rushing touchdown by Puka Nacua. Puka, who had a monster game, 111 receiving yards and a touchdown. Devontae Adams, back from his first game, has 72 yards. He's so crucial. And then, Parkinson is still catching tutties. You know what I'm saying? Kyron Williams catching another touchdown. This offense is very difficult to beat. But you know what? The Panthers have their number. They beat them. They beat the Rams earlier in the year, and they gave them a battle and a half at this playoff. And the Rams pulled one out of their asses and was able to get out of the first round. Again, nice try, Bryce Young. He did his all and just undermatched. The Panthers still have a lot of holes, and I think the future is bright with Bryce Young and Canales. They just gotta keep building around, strengthen that O-line, keep working on that defense, get some more offensive weapons. I mean, look, Chuba Hubbard, it's a great running back. He ain't it. Rico Dowdle is a nice running back, but he feels that the decrease of carries after what he did when he started at the beginning of the year with back-to-back 200-yard games and stuff like that, he feels he could be a number one somewhere, and he's right. So you may not see him back next season with the Panthers. So there are holes in this offense that they need to address if they ever going to compete with the Bucs. All right. The Saints look like they might turn it around and get better. The future is bright for the Panthers if the organization does the right thing. But again, the Rams, different caliber. Maybe this is dusting of the cobwebs, right? I guess, I don't know, even though they played in the last week of the year. But it was a little bit of a scare, but the Rams pulled it off. Rightfully so. And another great game. The Rams had to come from behind, but it was another awesome game. Again, Matthew Stafford, even though the playoffs do not count, I honestly think that, hey, they could do a couple things, man. They could actually, I don't know. I still think slight edge over whatchamacallit, over Drake May, Juicy Drake. Oh, my man, Jim, for the fan in the band. That was a good game. Panthers gave Stafford too much. Yep, that's right. They left too much time on the table. But it was a good try. Yo, check out my boy Jim, fan of the band. His latest came out today. All right. My man is dropping episodes in his own and his platform. Check him out. He's available at all the listening platforms. And, of course, check him out. He's also my co-host in Cigars and Sports. We probably got one coming up this week, man. We got to talk. But anyway, yeah, man, I absolutely think so. It's rightfully so. The Rams are the better team. They got the better coach. This should have been this close, but the right team won. The team with the most talent won. All right, what do we got next? Let's move on. Now, the Bears and the Packers, man. This one was a man, nail boy. I put my nails on the ground or whatever. I'm trying to come up with a song. But Caleb Williams and the Bears pulled another great historic comeback. No love lost between Ben Johnson and LaFleur. And you saw there at the end where he just kind of shrugged them off after the win. But the Bears come back being down 21-3. Caleb Williams started out shaky, but turned it on in the second half. They scored 25 points in the fourth, man. My man threw 361 yards and 2 touchdowns. Had 2 costly picks, but guess what? They won. DeAndre Swift and Kyle Managai, both, the running game was about 93 yards. It was even pretty much. But DeAndre Swift had himself a touchdown. But a monster game, even though he didn't find the end zone, with Colston Loveland. Slowly but surely, this rookie, first-round pick rookie, top 10, is taking over the lead in receptions and targets. Had 8 receptions, 137 yards, 15 targets. This dude was the reason they were able to move the ball, especially in the second half. DJ Moore could have touchdown, and so did Lamont Zaccheaus. But if Colston does not have those, that many catches, able to move the football, he made some tough catches down the middle, it would be a different story. But Caleb Williams, again, first playoff game, he has more wins than Justin Herbert and Tua. You know what I'm saying? And had the same amount of wins as Dak Prescott. Maybe not Dak Prescott, but Kirk Cousins. Same amount of wins as Kirk Cousins. He's 1-0 in the playoffs. Ben Johnson, man, strong case for Coach of the Year. No, the postseason doesn't count, but he did his thing. And you know when I said it, man, Jordan Love, there's nothing else Jordan Love could have done. 323 passing yards, 4 touchdowns. No interceptions. He did everything he could. It's just one of those things that, sometimes things don't go your way, man. It's a couple of bad calls. Yeah, maybe. But you know what? They have such a high-powered offense, man. Look at Romeo Doubs. 8 catches, 124 yards, and a touchdown. Matthew Golden, the rookie, 84 yards with 4 catches, a touchdown. Jaden Reed, 43 yards and a touchdown. Christian Watson, a touchdown. They have, out of those 4 names that I just mentioned, there's probably 2 number 1 wide receivers in other teams. At least in other teams. All right? Or solid number 2s. So they have so much talent. And then don't forget about Luke Musgrave. All right. And the other tight end who's injured out for the year. I forgot his name. But, then you got Josh Jacobs there also, who had himself 1 reception and 3 yards. I mean, he was spreading the ball around. Josh had a really rough game on the ground. 19 carries, 55 yards. That was the story of the game. They were able to stop the run. It didn't matter who they put out there. Emmanuel Wilson, doesn't matter. The Bears were stopping that run. Yeah, they did pull one out their ass. No doubt about it. I don't think it was one of those things that, definitely the comeback kid for sure. And to that, I know they pulled it out their ass, but Micah Parsons being in this lineup might be a little different story and outcome. I honestly believe if Micah Parsons would have been healthy for the Packers and would have been playing, you probably would not see a Bears comeback because they were down too deep in the hole. 21-6. All right, going into the 4th. So Micah Parsons would have been in that lineup. I don't think we would see a 31-27 game. I think we might see a completely different story. It doesn't matter, though. Micah Parsons wasn't there. And the Bears and Nail Boy. All right, I do my nails and manicure and pedicure. All right, and my spa homie, Caleb Williams, is 1-0 in the playoffs. He's won his first playoff game in dramatic and comeback fashion. So you can't hate on that as much as you want to clown him. I thought he was going to struggle year 2, but again, man, I'm going to keep repeating myself. Jim from Fan of the Band and I say this all the time. There's always a system for a quarterback. And when the system finds the right quarterback and vice versa, a lot of good things can happen. And a lot of great things happen for the Bears, especially in Ben's first head coaching playoff win. Pretty dramatic stuff, man. Pretty dramatic stuff, man. Oh, man. Let's see. But yeah, man, I mean, let's see what happens in the next round. We're going to preview the next. I'm not going to preview the next round, but we're going to go ahead and kind of look at the scores real quick. I mean, going to look and see what happens. So, oh, man. And I'm not going to go over the game, but I'm going to highlight the best. And let's talk about the best. My predictions last week, I said to myself, there's no team that wants to mess with the Buffalo Bills. Now the Buffalo Bills mess with Josh Allen in the first round. And man, I got trashed left and right, dude. Rightfully so, because I'm picking the team with the worst record, right? The team that actually did better, even though the Bills were the favorite. The Bills were the favorite to win. They didn't feel like the favorite. To me, they were the underdog, but they had the line, -1.5. But to me, they were the underdogs. I thought it was an upset. With the way whatchamacallit this freaking team? What's the name? The Jags finished the year. Sunshine on a hot streak. Should have been over. But it's Josh Allen magic. I didn't care that he was 0-4 on the road. Guess what? The big difference is, number one, when you're 0-4 on the road, and all your games you've lost them to Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow, none of those guys are in the playoffs. And no disrespect to Trevor Lawrence, who had a hell of a season, finished the year hot, but he ain't no Patrick Mahomes or Joe Burrow, baby, or no Lamar Jackson. All right? Josh Allen did what he does best. Put his freaking squad on his back and carried him to the end zone over and over again in this game. Threw for 1 touchdown, 273 yards, unbelievable passer rating, great completion percentage. All right, he rushed for 33 yards and rushed for 2 touchdowns, all tush push style. You know, ironic how the Bills were one of the teams that were voting to ban the tush push, and they just get a playoff win off of it right now. They have the right quarterback for it. But Josh Allen is that dude. I mean, no disrespect to Khalil Shakir, Brandon Cook, Keon Coleman, all right, Dalton Kincaid, washed up Gabe Davis, Drake Shavers. Dude, he's playing with a bunch of like cab drivers, all right, and dishwashers at wide receiver. And this man won 12 games this season in a division where the Patriots ran the tables. And then he goes against one of the hottest teams in the Jacksonville Jaguars coming into the playoffs and makes them their bitch. That's it. It is what it is. Again, I give Trevor Lawrence his props. He's had a hell of a season. You know, the new head coach in Cohen, shout out to him. Shout out to the interviewer, by the way, who would just, letting him feel down. But let me see. Oh, I haven't checked the Rumble chat yet. Oh, nobody in the Rumble chat yet. So sorry, boys and girls. I have to over here. But, Trevor Lawrence should have, was the favorite. Everybody was saying, it's Trevor Lawrence year. I still don't trust Sunshine. I was wrong about Sunshine. I thought it was going to be a Daniel Jones bust. Giants version. He's proved me wrong. But in the playoffs, he's won a game. And then this second time around, did not look great. All right, 3 tutties, had 2 picks. 18 for 30. I don't know why they went away from giving the ball to ATN. I mean, ATM had himself 67 rushing yards. All right, another 49 yards in over the air. 5 receptions and a touchdown. Parker Washington is emerging as this team's like one elite receiver there. Jacoby Myers nowhere to be found. So they had a game plan. They said, let Parker get busy, but we're going to shut down Brian Thomas and Jacoby Myers. Brandon Strange, another weapon they have this year. He's finally back. He's at 100% healthy, but couldn't use him. I mean, give a shout out to the Bills, man. When Khalil Shakir has 12 receptions for 82 yards, 12 targets, a man caught every single football that was thrown his way. All right. He didn't catch a touchdown, but you don't need Shakir to catch a touchdown. You need Shakir to move the damn chains. And that's exactly what he did. 12 targets, 12 receptions. That's a hell. He's not even an elite receiver. He's a really good receiver. Great slot guy. He's a Wan'Dale Robinson. Brandon Cooks came in after I forget who after Gabe Davis got hurt. had a huge catch, like for 30-something yards. 3 catches, 5 for 5 targets. Keon Coleman had a huge catch, right? Dalton Kincaid had the touchdown. That's it. But it was all Josh Allen. Threw for 1, ran for 2, ran for 33 yards. It's all Josh Allen. He got banged up, twisted around, like always. He's a big dude, twisted around, tackled, get his ass kicked. But it's Josh effing Allen, bro. He is that dude. He is that effing dude. All right, let me hear what the comments here. My boy Jim, what the Jags did with the rookie head coach going 14. It's to me, it's overachieving, but it's also a step in the right direction. Another piece or two on each side of the ball. Who knows? No, look, I'm not clowning them. Like I said, I think they've done a lot. I got Trevor Lawrence out of the bus situation for me because he's number 1 pick, just because I'm hard on quarterbacks. But I love the fact that yes, Cohen did a great job. They have a lot to look forward to. But like I predicted when I called it last week, I was like, listen, man, you don't want to mess with Josh Allen in the first round of the playoffs. It was a shitty matchup for the Jags. And that's what it was. And to me, the right team won. The right team won in my book. I honestly think that Josh Allen this is Josh Allen's last shot at getting to a Super Bowl because he doesn't have any of the, like I mentioned, he was 0-4 on the road, and those losses were to Lamar, were to Burrow, and to Patrick Mahomes. So I don't know if Lamar was there, but whatever. But it was 3 out of the 4, baby. But he finally got a win on the road, and come on, man. I knew he was going to lose to Sunshine and the Jags. But again, good season for the Jags. Josh Allen moves on. Let's see if Josh has the balls, baby. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if Josh has the balls to carry this team. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of talent around him. Let's see what happens. James Cook, again, the Jags are good against the run. The defense is really good against the run. So let's see what happens. All right. And we're going to, like I said, I forget who they're going against, but let's move on. Let's move on to the next matchup. Give me 1 second here. I got messed up. What about next? To me, maybe the biggest upset of the week, right? Was that the biggest upset of the week? Unless the Steelers win tonight. That may be the biggest upset of the week, but bang, bang, Niner gang, baby. Here you go. I'm telling you, man. Honestly, dude, there is no other team I think that deserves to win a playoff game more in this year's playoffs than the effing Niners. All they've done all year is have injuries, compete, next man up, win, banged up, and here we are, first round of the play. Remember, they were playing for the number 1 seed in the West a week ago. That defense from Seattle banged the hell out of Purdy. All right, you still got guys banged up. Ricky Pearsall didn't freaking start. That guy hasn't seen the damn field. I mean, so far the injuries has definitely been a disappointment for Ricky Pearsall. And what do you think is going to happen in this game, right? Well, guess what? Kittle gets hurt. Kittle gets hurt and goes out. Here we go. Brock Purdy has to do a Josh Allen-like performance as a quarterback. Now, he's not as big. He's not as strong with an arm. He can't run the football. But Brock Purdy did his best impression with his skill set. He had a couple of picks, but he battled. 2 touchdowns. Threw for 2 touchdowns, 262 yards. Look, it was just Brock Purdy. Listen, we need to stop the game manager shit. Because what he did this year, coming out of an injury, finishing out the year like Trevor Lawrence. My man finished out the year hot until the last game of the season, of course. But then came in here, started out slow. This is a defending champs. And I know the Eagles are not the same Eagles from last year. But these are the defending champs. And Brock Purdy went in there and rocked the house. All right, went into Philly and rocked the damn house and slapped the Eagles around like he was their bitch. And they this year, with all the injuries, Warner, Bosa, Kittle, Purdy. I mean, you had Mac Jones slinging that pill back there. At one point, Bourne, all right, what's his name? Kendrick Bourne is the name of his receiver. He didn't even get a freaking reception in this game or a snap. And my man at one point was leading the team in receptions. Look at the people he was throwing dimes to. Demarcus Robinson had a touchdown and was the leading receiver for 111 yards. Ridiculous. Ridiculous, man. Now, big story. One of the big pieces that haven't gotten injured, it's been Christian McCaffrey. If Christian McCaffrey goes down, it's over. Because he is that fuel. He's that fuel for that defense. All right? He is that fuel for that defense. You know what I'm saying? He had himself a monster game. 66 yards receiving with 6 catches and 2 receiving touchdowns. One of them was from Jennings. My man Jennings threw a touchdown, bro. Actually, it was a pretty good ball, too. You know what I'm saying? Can't complain with that, Jack. You know what I'm saying? But also Purdy on the ground, 15 carries. I know the percentage on the ground wasn't great, but this is the guy that is your switchblade. He does it all. But Brock Purdy deserves the props to be called a top quarterback in this league. Maybe not elite, but he's a top quarterback. Because all the 49ers have done, all he's done since he came up as a starter, the year he was Mr. Irrelevant, is win. And he's won in the playoffs, has gone to the Super Bowl. All right. Oh, hold on a second. My battery. Oh, I gotta sorry, boys. I gotta put my battery in. Oh, there we go. That's not good. I almost the stream shut down because of I forgot to plug in my charger here on my computer, and I'm ignoring it like nothing. Sorry about that. But yeah, all Brock Purdy has done is win in this league. All right, that's all he's done, and all he gets is shit for it. Oh, it's a system. Oh, it's a system. Listen, dude, he had nothing except for Christian McCaffrey in this game, and he delivered. All right, he delivered, and there's no other team that is deservingly so to be in the playoffs and win in the playoffs than the 49ers with the amount of injuries, the amount of setbacks. That no team has had the amount of injuries and the amount of setbacks, all right, and hurdles that the 49ers had to get over this year. They are the feel-good story in the NFL. And to me, they are you earned this shit. So you enjoy it. You earned this. So therefore, you should enjoy it and pat yourself in the back and talk smack because nobody has given the 49ers a win this year. They've earned it with a lot of challenges. Flipping on the other end, the 49ers can win because they're a united front. Solid, one of the best coaches to me, the coach of the year in Kyle Shanahan. Great staff, Robert Saleh, with all the injuries, no Fred Warner, Bosa getting hurt, a bunch of other guys. Guess what? That defense, he rebuilt it from last year. Robert Saleh will get another head coaching job for sure. But when you have a culture that is about winning, that is about discipline, that is about structure, nobody's above the program, there's no prima donnas, good things happen. When you have a culture like the Philadelphia Eagles, who, by the way, they're the defending champs, and you have A.J. Brown bitching and moaning and fighting with your coaches, putting out videos last year about targets. By the way, he dropped a big ball. He dropped a huge catch that would have definitely been a difference of the game. And but he's complaining and fighting. Devontae Smith, same shit. When you got those and of course, and your quarterback, and they're not all your wide receivers not on the same page with your quarterback, that's a problem. And when you have that poisonous, I guess, because that's what it is. It's a poison in the locker room culture. When you have that, and that's what the Philadelphia Eagles have, I don't care how much talent you have, because guess what? They have more talent than the 49ers. That defense is insane. Saquon, after having an elite season last year, record-breaking yards, rushing yards, had a great game, 26 carries, 106 yards. Devontae Smith, 8 catches, 70 yards. Goddard had a touchdown, rushed for a touchdown. That's how much talent they have. But when nobody's in sync, when these players are not united, when their goal is individual accomplishments and selfishness, accomplishments for their own benefit and not the team benefits, unlike the 49ers, yeah, you're going to lose to a team that's banged up, a team that just lost their captain, one of their captains in Kittle, their best receiver, by the way, and still pull the comeback win. Again, there's something to be said about culture. Culture and grit and heart will always beat talent. And that's what happened with the San Francisco 49ers against the Philadelphia Eagles this week. The 49ers had all three: heart, culture, grit. You know what I'm saying? And also one thing in common. It was the team first mentality over individual accomplishments. Unlike the Eagles. A.J. Brown, selfish prick. Devontae's also a little prick. You would not see A.J. Brown coming back to the Eagles next year. This team with all that talent, offensively, they got a problem. Jalen Hurts ain't going anywhere. He's your guy. But A.J. Brown, even Devontae Smith, you may see some moves this offseason. Rightfully so. But as a Giants fan, you know what I'm saying? Giant Street. Nothing gives me more pleasure than seeing the Eagles lose at home, get eliminated in the playoffs. Next year, when Herbert comes into town, let's see what happens, baby. All right, shout out to the 49ers, man. They deserve everything they have because they earn it. Nothing given or earned. Next man up mentality. Again, I think it was one of the best seasons, one of the best games, one of the best, like, I guess, type of games this season. It was insane, dude. So, all right, what else we got here? Hold on a second. I got to share something with you. There's a broad. It is very popular, I guess. He's like a local influencer, if I'm not mistaken, in Philly. I forget who his name is, but they interviewed him after the game. And this is what he had to say. I mean, he went viral. I forget what the kid's name is. Give me 1 second. Eagles fan after the game. Check it out. Check out his interview.
Yes, this was a huge letdown. This was my Christmas present, and I got a loss.
Oh, no. You probably would have rather had Cole, huh?
Yeah, probably. I'm feeling two of two things. A, I want A.J. Brown packing his bags, and I want him somewhere else that is not here. I love you, A.J., but, like, you can't make those drops in that game. And I also want Kevin Patullo flipping burgers at, like, the local McDonald's or something. I don't care.
Why do you say that?
Whenever he's an offensive coordinator, it's like he's flipping burgers. One side, he's cooking. One half, he's cooking. And the other half is completely raw.
This kid ain't wrong. It takes a child to look deep into the eyes of a dysfunctional team. And he's not wrong. He just called it. All right, going down to the last nitty-gritty right here, man. Oh, man, the last game of the night. The New England Patriots. I thought the Patriots were gonna fold. I didn't think the Chargers were gonna play that bad. However, I think at this point it's safe to say that Justin Herbert is, as much as I love this quarterback, dude, but he has all the tools. He shows it in the regular season. But, man, he can win in the playoffs. Now, he's a tough guy. Again, he was getting his ass kicked again. I mean, broken hand, whatever the case may be. And was battling, but could not hit a target. He was off on his throws, deep. Doesn't matter what it was. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Drake May didn't play great either, right? Drake May did not have a Drake May game. He threw for a pick, 17 for 29. That's uncommon. He's the most accurate passer. He led the league in completion percentage. But he did rush for like 66 yards. I mean, he was trying to take, he was taking what they were giving him, and they were shutting him down in the pass game, you know, really covering this. I mean, they were getting to him too. He got sacked like a few times. The New England could not get the running game going. I mean, it was whatchamacallit. It was a Ramondre Stevenson day because Stevenson was the leading receiver. That's how kind of game was when your running back was your leading receiver. That's how good it was. This game, people were getting popped. I mean, there were so many hits in this game. Both quarterbacks were getting hit hard, man. Players were getting banged the F up hard. It was a very, very tough, and you can tell it's two defensive coach, right? Same mentality, Brable and Jim. That's what they have. I mean, but Drake May, man, and Ramondre have 56 yards rushing, had 75 receiving, Hunter with the only touchdown of the game. Everything else just kicks. Justin Herbert just 159 yards. Did not throw for a pick, but fumbled it once. He also rushed for 57 yards. I mean, they couldn't get anything. I mean, Keenan Allen dropped a couple of huge balls. They couldn't get anything going. Shout out to Vrabel. He had a good plan. And shout out to Jim. I mean, both defenses were giving each side shit, but guess what, man? The quarterback that is in contention for the MVP and Drake May, who's one of the favorites, played just a little bit better than the other one and took it and delivered the dub. At the end of the day, it was a very Josh Allen-like performance. When nothing else was working, he willed the team on his back, rushing the football, getting those extra yards, taking the hits, made some clutch throws, had that huge touchdown to Henry. I mean, it was a game that whichever quarterback finds the end zone late was going to win the game. And that was Drake May. Drake May outplayed Justin Herbert. You know what I'm saying? Like no tomorrow. He out-toughed Herbert, and that's tough to do because Herbert was, I mean, you should have seen at one point, I think he probably broke his other hand. Probably broke a rib. But it was a hard-hitting game. Both defenses were hitting hard, and I think the class of one quarterback and the grit and the and I guess the makeup of Drake May, first rookie game, I thought it was going to go the other way, but he proved me wrong. First game, and he went against one of the toughest defenses in the league, and he put on his big boy pants on and delivered. And also, listen, he was getting hit. He was getting pressured, but Drake May was a lot better than Justin Herbert last night. Again, there's a reason why this kid, it's one of the league favorites for MVP this season, him and Stafford. Drake May is the real deal. This is not an easy first playoff game for anybody, especially a second-year player, not a rookie, a second-year player. Drake May is the real deal, man. Drake May is the real deal. New England, like I said last week, is on the verge, or a couple of weeks ago, New England is on the verge of probably running the tables on another dynasty. Vrabel, May, it's Belichick, Brady, not yet, but possibly, potentially 2.0. That's a tough fucking team. That's a tough team. That's a tough team. You notice I didn't go for the stats here because it's just, they're such a tough team, man. Unreal. All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look at next week's. Oh, hold on a second. Right now, we're going to have, hold on. Oh, it's 8:12. So I'm going to be able to catch the Houston and Pittsburgh game again. Sorry, Jim, but I think Houston is going to, it's going to probably win this one. All right. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, man. The divisional round next week. Hold on. Let me go ahead and let me see if I could find the divisional round. Let's go ahead and right now in the divisional round, you're going to have let's go to the full scoreboard. Let's take a look. It's not set right now because you got to see the winner of whatchamacallit of the Steelers. So let me go to the winner tonight is going to face. Hold on, let me get that tab in there real quick. Share this one instead. Boom. Give me 1 second. All right. So it's set Bills and Broncos, 49ers and Seahawks, the rematch, Rams and Bears, and then Patriots will play the winner of tonight's game. Bills and Broncos. Again, another tough defense that Josh Allen is going to face. I know Bo Nix has been unbelievable, and that defense is tough. Give me Josh effing Allen. I'm going to put my money on Josh Allen to take it all the way to the playoffs. Now, he's banged up. Can he deliver magic back-to-back weeks? We shall see. We shall see. But there's no doubt in my mind that he's capable of delivering magic back-to-back week and put that team on his back and upset another team in the Broncos. 49ers and Seahawks. Man, I burned myself by saying that the 49ers were too hurt to beat the Eagles. But if they were healthy, they would have smacked the Eagles around. I was wrong, right? They still beat the Eagles. Seahawks, super healthy, great defense. If Kyle Shanahan, even though the 49ers are even more hurt than they were before the playoffs started, Kittle is out for the season. Let's see if Kyle Shanahan can make the adjustments from when they met in week 18, when they faced the Seahawks in week 18 and they lost and they couldn't move the football around. Let's see if he can make those adjustments. Then maybe. But I'm going to go with the Cinderella story. I'm going to go with the damn 49ers, bro. Sam Darnold is not made for the playoffs. Moment will be too big. Even though Sam Darnold's had a hell of a year, I think the moment will be too big for Casper, the friendly ghost, Sam Darnold. He may see ghosts this week. Give me the 49ers in a huge upset. Rams and Bear. Gotta be the Rams. It's the Rams' year. It's the Rams' year to make it back to the Super Bowl. They're not going to have this team ever again with Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua. All right, so give me the Rams. Nice story with the Bears, but I don't think the Bears can pull this off back-to-back weeks. The Rams are better coached than the Packers, and I don't think Sean McVay is going to make mistakes if they take the lead early on. Give me the Rams. Patriots and whoever the winner is of Houston and the Steelers. If it's the Steelers, the Patriots are winning. If it's Houston, it might come bite me in the ass. But I'm going to go with a good defense again against Drake May. Even though Drake May proved me wrong, he played a pretty good defense, very similar to the Houston Texans defense, and my man was tough. He was tough and delivered a dub, putting the team on his back. But I think the nice ride for the young second-year quarterback who's a stud, Tom Brady 2.0, give me Houston. By nature, because I'm a Yankees fan, I have to root against the Patriots. But no, honestly, I think Houston's defense scares the hell out of me. I've said it earlier during the year. Houston is a very tough matchup for anybody. That defense can win championships and is ready to win a championship now, that defense. And it all depends on how C.J. Stroud can manage the game, right? Can he make the clutch throws like Eli Manning did with that same defense that is very similar to the Giants, right? Can they run the football? All right, can they go ahead and can Nico Collins create space, right? It's a lot of things. They have a lot of the makeups to be a dark horse. And I think they might be able to pull it off if they face the Patriots. That's it. That's all I got, boys and girls. Great round of playoffs. One of the best wild card rounds of the playoffs I've ever seen in a very long time. And I've been watching football now for a very long time. I don't know how many years, but it's been a shitload of years. Because I'm old. Appreciate you, boys. I got to talk to Jim. Let's see if we gotta hook up and see if we be able to make it happen this week. I got to check it out. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate all the love, man. All the shorts. I had a short that I posted from last week. That's me as I was picking New England. As I was picking the Chargers over New England. And that got so many views and comments, and it was great, dude. Even though all the comments were saying that I should why am I talking football? This is not FIFA. I don't know why they think I'm a soccer fucking player. You know what I mean? I'm a soccer comment. I'm supposed to watch soccer. I hate soccer, bro. I played it as a kid once, but I can't stand watching the game. But I don't know. People go to the comment section. Go to my TikTok page. Hilarious comments. Haters gonna hate. I welcome everybody. Hit my comment section, my man. Love it. Love it. I respond to most of them. If you're an asshole, I am not going to interact with you, but I'll let you say your piece. I'm not going to block you. I'm not going to, cover your comment. May not respond to you, but most of the time I respond to most of the comments because I love when you're getting a rise out of people and people, even though they're going against your point of view, because that's the whole point. Everything is opinionated, even the pros, Stephen A. Smith, everybody else that works for ESPN and every major network. Guess what? It's an opinionated based show. And takes everybody. There's a reason. Nobody here is a freaking expert. But I welcome everybody. Everybody that hate, everybody that loves it, had more hates, had more likes than it had bad comments. So it was a good video. I welcome everybody. Anybody can always comment. And your boy will be here and never gonna back up. Appreciate you all. Thank you. I like all the love, man. Thank you for all the views, comments, likes, everything. I appreciate everybody. Your boy E-Man from the Average Joe Sports Network, y'all, with another edition of the Unscripted Sportscast in the books. And we are Signing out, y'all. Peace.